Okay. Next, chain rule. Chain rule అంటే ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ మనకి ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే చైన్ రూల్లో కాంపోజిట్ మ్యాపింగ్స్, మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది composite mappings differentiation is for differentiation we use the chain rule. Let us suppose consider this example. Suppose y equal to u of v of x, u of v of x, then the derivative of this composite mapping would be first of all you have to differentiate the function u, okay, with respect to x, then it become u dash of v of x. Next, after that you have to continue the differentiation to the internal function which is here present v of x. Okay, though derivative of v of x would be v dash of x. Hence the completion of the differentiation. Let us consider with an example. Example 1, suppose y equal to log of sin x. So you know it is a composite mapping. Here two functions is there. So input of log would be sin x. So it's a composite mapping. It is in the format of f of g of x, like u of v of x. So first of all, you have to differentiate the log format, log x. So now write down like this: dy by dx is equal to dy by dx of log sin x, dy by dx of log sin x. So first you have to know the formulas for log of something. Log of something, the derivative of log of something would be 1 by something, right? 1 by something, where the something is input of log function. So you have to write here 1 by sin x, because it's a log function occurred here. So log of something, the derivative of log of something is 1 by something, right? After that you have to differentiate the something. Here it is sin x. So dy by dx of sin x. So hence it is equal to 1 by sin x, and dy by dx of sin x, you know it is cos x, right? So cos x by sin x, you know it is cot x. So hence it is the differential and answer of this question. Okay, that's the use of chain rule. Chain rule is mostly used to differentiate the composite mappings. Okay. If the process is continuous up to n functions like u of v of z of t of something, you have to continue the process chain rule. Like first differentiate the u, then it becomes u dash. Next differentiate the v dash. If another function exists as a composite mapping of v, then you have to differentiate that one and that one and that one, and entirely you have to continue this process up to the end of these functions, right? Next, differentiation of implicit function. You have to know the meaning of this word implicit function. Implicit, there are two kinds of functions exist in mathematics. One of them is implicit function and the other one is the explicit function. Implicit and explicit function. Implicit and explicit. So implicit function means that function contains both the variables or n variables, up to n variables. Like for example, in your senior intro or junior intro, you know this function, this kind of curve, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx and 2fy plus c. Okay, you know this kind of equation where it is equal to 0. This function is called implicit function. Here you can understand that x and y terms are together multiplied or something doing like together they exist in that function, that is called implicit function. Mathematically it can be written as like f of x comma y. Implicit function, at the same parallelly you have to know explicit function. Explicit functions are mostly in the format of f of x, like for example y equal to f of x, like for example ax square plus bx plus c. That means you have to understand this function. What is explicit? Explicit means it contains only one variable, it contains only in single variable, like ax square, bx or c, like a polynomial, like other function, only it contains one variable, then it is called explicit function. If it contains more than two or more variables, it is called implicit function. So here you have to learn, how to do this differentiation in previous sessions, in previous few minutes before you understand. I just told you how to do differentiation of this kind of functions, and now I'm telling to you differentiation of implicit function. If the function was given as f of x comma y, what you have to do is just differentiate minus fx by fy. Here this is called partial differentiation. Here fx is nothing but dou f by dou x. That means you have to differentiate this function, this entire function. Look at here. Here you have to consider this entire one as f congruently equal to it is algebraically it is equal. Okay. F. So fx means dou f by dou x. That means you have to consider only x is a variable. X is a variable and do differentiation. Then it is called partial differentiation. Okay. Let me explain you. Dou f by dou x. Dou f by dou x means x is the only one variable, and you have to differentiate the entire function f with respect of x. So here x exists, so differentiation of ax square become a of x square, differentiation of x square is 2x. After that, here 2h and y both are constants. X is the only variable here in this term, so derivative of x is 1, so 2hy of 1. Okay, remaining all things are constants except that variable what we are using here to do differentiation. This kind of differentiation is called partial differentiation. After that, you can look here by square. By square is a constant because there is no x, so it should be treated as a constant. So derivative of constant, there is no change in derivative, right? So constant derivative is 0. After that, plus 2gx, x is there, so 2g for derivative of x is 1. And after that, 2fy, there is no x, so derivative is 0. And then c is a constant, we know its derivative is 0. So this value is called dou f by dou x, or simply you can take this as fx. Both are same representation, represent the same thing, fx. And the partial derivative, you have to use this rule, minus fx by fy. And then fy ax square, there is no y here, dou f by dou y. There is no y here, so derivative is 0. Next 2hx, derivative of y is 1. By square, so b of y square derivative 2y, and plus 2gx, there is no y, so 0. And plus 2f, derivative of y is 1, plus after that constant derivative is 0. So this kind of differentiation is called implicit differentiation. After that, inverse trigonometric differentiation. In this trigonometric differentiation, the functions were given as a format of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, you have to learn some inverse trigonometric function rules and regulations, like 2 sin inverse x is equal to sin inverse of 2x by sin inverse of 2x by 1 plus x square. Okay, this kind of formulas you have to sin inverse x plus sin inverse y. I will give you the list. Next, parametric differentiation. Look at here, parametric differentiation. Parametric differentiation is nothing but the function would be given in this format, like y would be expressed as another variable f of t, and x would be expressed with another kind of variable g of t, and both are differentiated themselves with the parameter t with respect to t. So we have then f dash t and g dash of t, and finally dy by dx is nothing but the individual derivatives of f dash y and x with respect to t, that is f dash t by g dash t. Let us consider with an example to understand this kind of procedures. Let us suppose I consider parabolic parametric equations like x is equal to 80 square and y is equal to 280. So x is expressed in another variable t, and y is also expressed with another kind of variable t. So x dash is nothing but dx by dt. So here the variable is t. With respect to t, we are doing differentiation. So a into derivative of t square, it is 2t. That is x dash is equal to 280. And after